Now, every state pitches itself as India's top investment destination, but the government data has settled the argument, at least for this year. And of course, Karnataka's Industries Minister, M.B. Patil, has announced the numbers. FDI inflows into Karnataka hit $12.9 billion in fiscal year 26. The growth, wow, 95%. Now, according to the official data shared in Parliament, Karnataka's FDI inflows nearly doubled from the previous year, making it the fastest growing major state for foreign investment in the entire country. Patil's own words, and here I quote, "Where opportunity grows, investment flows," end quote. Now, here's exactly where that places Karnataka. Maharashtra remained India's top FDI destination at $18.42 billion, accounting for 31.3% of the country's total inflows. Karnataka came in at second at $12.94 billion, its share of India's total FDI climbing to nearly 22%. Now, Gujarat has followed at $5.71 billion, roughly flat year on year. Now, Karnataka's growth rate specifically outpaced every other major state. Haryana grew 44%, Tamil Nadu grew 28%, but Karnataka nearly tripled both. Meanwhile, Telangana actually saw its FDI inflows decline. So then the point is, where is all this capital actually landing? Well, nationally, computer software and hardware attracted the highest FDI inflows at $13.9 billion. The services sector followed at $10 billion. Automobile investment came in at $2.5 billion. Education then drew $1.3 billion. Food processing saw investment jump nearly sixfold to $3 billion. Now, Karnataka's own growth mirrors this pattern almost exactly. Technology, global capability centers, advanced manufacturing, the same sectors driving India's national FDI surge, which is, of course, concentrating disproportionately in Karnataka. Now, here's the detail that explains Karnataka's specific advantage. Global capability centers have been flocking to Karnataka's Silicon Valley alongside major investments from e-commerce companies like Amazon and Flipkart. Now, this lines up with what Karnataka has already been building toward. The state recently pledged 1.5 lakh crore rupees for Bengaluru's infrastructure and announced India's first government-driven AI university. FDI numbers like this, of course, are the direct payoff of that broader strategy, not so much a standalone shocker or a surprise. And this Karnataka surge is actually at the heart, inside a bigger national trend. India's overall FDI equity inflows rose 18% in fiscal year 26 to $58.84 billion. Now, much of that national jump came from a sharp rise in the United States investment, which more than doubled from $5.45 billion to $11.17 billion. Total FDI, including reinvested earnings, rose 17% to $94.5 billion. Karnataka isn't riding a local blip. It's actually capturing an outsized share of a genuinely growing national investment wave. And Karnataka isn't treating this as a finish line. The state has previously set a target of $100 billion in annual industrial exports, up from roughly $27 billion. Wow, it's quite a jump, quite ambitious. Minister Patil has framed this FDI milestone as reflecting Karnataka's commitment to a world-class business ecosystem where global investment translates directly into jobs, innovation, and inclusive growth. Now, the state's broader vision remains reaching a $1 trillion economy. But of course, here comes the front page take. Now, this is Karnataka converting its GCC and tech ecosystem into very measurable capital inflows. $12.9 billion verified through Parliament, nearly doubling in a single year. But the question I have for you is this: can Karnataka sustain 95% growth again next year? Or does this mark a peak that becomes harder to repeat as the base gets larger? Please do let us know what are your thoughts in the comments below. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Front Page by the IM Network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM.